Hello and welcome back to the Stitch with Love podcast. My name is Shannon. I am a knitter and a crocheter coming to you from Palmerston North, New Zealand. It's been a couple of weeks and I don't know if my voice still sounds funny. If it does, I got sick again. Basically, it appears that whatever I got several weeks ago, about 3-4 weeks ago now, had, even though I thought it was starting to get better, wasn't. It developed into a chest infection and I ended up losing my voice. I was coughing so much my husband got really concerned, and I've actually been off work since Wednesday afternoon. But with rest and antibiotics, I seem to be on the mend, so that's good. And I'm at a spot now where I can podcast again, so I'm happy about that. And I guess a bonus to being off work and not being able to do much other than sit and watch TV is I've done a lot of knitting. So we'll start with finished objects. One of them I can't show because it's currently on the blocking mats, so I will show that to you next week. But I have finished my test knit. It was, what's it called? Dippidy Doo Dah by Callie Monster of Monster Knits. It is finished. I can talk about the yarn because I have the yarn here, but the actual shawl itself is currently on the blocking mats, and because it's not dry yet, I don't want to pick it up because it's got lace and I'm trying to block the lace out properly, and I imagine that if I move it before it's dry it will not sit right, so we'll wait till next week. But this is what I have left. I need to measure, but I need batteries for my scale. So, but anyway, this is what I have left. This was the colour 1, this is colour 2, and they are both by Mama Willing. This one here with all these lovely colours is Galaxy. I don't know if that's focusing. I don't think it is. It's focusing on me. I don't think it's going to work, but it's on her new Lustre base, which is a single ply, 75% extra fine merino, 25% silk. This replaced her silky singles that she had prior to this, which was 100% merino. I can't remember why she said that she replaced it, but she did tell me. I can't remember. But this one's got silk content. And this one here is the colourway Sugar. So I picked these up at Capital Fibre Fest earlier this year, a couple months ago now. And I picked them up because I was planning to make a shawl out of them. I didn't know what yet, but I thought they'd work really well together. And then this test knit came up for Callie, and I was like, you know what? These would be perfect. So currently on the blocking mats, but it is done. So I'm happy about that because the deadline is next Tuesday. Tuesday? Thursday. 24th. Pretty sure that's the Thursday. 22nd, I'm sure is... Yeah, 22nd is the Tuesday because I've got a uni assignment due. So the 24th will be the Thursday. Don't know why I thought it was Tuesday. Anyway. And then we have socks galore. So if you saw, I can't remember if it was the episode before this or the one before that, I realised that I can knit without looking, and that when it comes to reading my textbooks for uni, I'm actually finding it very helpful being able to knit on a sock or something simple like a hat, just stocking that. It helps me focus. So there's a couple of long-standing whips that have finally been finished because of uni reading. So that's awesome. So both of these are for my brother-in-law, so they gonna look rather large. But the first pair is just a pair of vanilla socks. This yarn is Prosper yarn in Prosper sock. This colorway is Rubber Sole. I don't believe I have the tag. I think I got rid of it. Highly likely I got rid of it. Oh well. So nothing really much to say about it. I did 20 rounds for the cuff, 40 for the leg. I think it ended up being about 60 for the foot. Heel flap and gusset, loosely based off Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla socks and magic loop. I used no, I did not use Chow Goo. I used the Mindful collection by Knit Pro 2.25mm needles. And then the second pair is made out of, again, Prosper sock in the colorway Maud. That's what I've left. I was actually quite worried I was going to run out of yarn, but I did not. Yay! And these are the DRK Everyday Socks. They are ribbed, so they look kind of funny right now because it looks like it should be the other way. I'll grab a blocker. It's actually acquisitions as well, but I'll talk about this in acquisitions. But also this blocker is not for this size. But so it will look a little funny, but less funny than it just hanging out without a blocker. There we go. Again, the toe stuff looks kind of funny because, I mean, like, that's the end of the blocker is like here. So, but yeah. Again, nothing much to say about this one. I knit the men's medium in the pattern. Put my blocker down. The blocker will come back later in the episode. But yeah, so I finished 2 pairs of socks in the 2 weeks. And I'm very happy about that. I believe I hadn't shown these. If I have shown these already, sorry. But I don't think I have. I know I haven't shown these because I finished these like 2 days ago. The last 2 weeks kind of feels a bit like a blur. Just with being sick again, and then I had a lot of stuff due for uni, and so it just kind of feels a bit, yeah, but it's okay. So I had to drink lots of water because otherwise my throat dries out because of the coughing. There'll be a lot of water breaks, but that's okay. Works in progress. We'll start with the one right next to me and then we'll move on. I've got works in progress. I've got a new cast on. Yeah, feels good. Feels good. I'm getting through my works in progress. So this is a long-standing work since like April. We are now in August, middle of August, getting towards the end of August. This is Farmer's Daughter Fibers. This is the April sock squad. Why am I finding hair everywhere? Oh my gosh. I know I'm not the only one because I've heard other knitters talk about it and like knitting your hair into your projects and things, but it still irritates me. Oh my gosh. Even if I have it up, even if I put it up in a bun, I'll still find hair everywhere. It's annoying. So this is the main skein, and then this is the contrast. This is on Pintler sock. I can't remember what the composition of that is, but. And I finished one ages ago, I believe, when I went up to Auckland. Not the last time, but the time before that. These are the Woodland Walk socks by This Handmade Life. And I had cast on the second one, but it was literally just a cuff. Like, there was very little. I think I'd maybe only just started the leg. It was like nothing. Whereas now, more hair. We have a cuff, a leg, heel flap, heel turn, and we picked up for the gusset. So yay on the decreases for the gusset, which not quite on the home stretch yet, but almost. So once I decrease and get back to the normal circumference amount of stitches, it'll be smooth sailing after that point. This is currently my on the bus knitting for going to and from uni because it's portable, but it's a pattern sock, so I can't knit in lectures or reading textbooks or anything because it's a pattern sock and it's DPNs, and I don't like using DPNs when I don't want to be looking at my knitting because I'm not that confident on them. These are the Knit Pro Zings 2mm ones. I originally thought that this was too tight, but then the other day, as you know, this morning, I tried this on and it's actually not bad. So I'm wondering if I look at getting some 2mm circulars and trying kind of playing with I like the 2.25 or the 2mm. But yeah, so I'm very excited because I want this done. It's been on the needles for months, literally. And Summer Sock Camp, if you're participating in that, it's the Crazy Sock Lady's annual kind of knit along that she does. Finishes at the end of this month, which means I've got like 2 weeks to finish this and another whip, which is my Farmer's Daughter fibres from this month, so that I can enter them. That's my goal. Finish this, finish those, submit them. That's another 2 entries. And I get 2 whips off the needles because I'm currently on a little bit of a whip down. So yeah, I don't know what to say. This bag is Harry Potter fabric. I picked it up from the Palmy Craft and Food Festival earlier this year, I believe. Yeah. Not been since. I need to go back. I did enjoy it. I got some really lovely like natural wool from there as well. I think I spoke about it before. I can't remember. But are you going to steal my seat? My cat is a seat thief. I'll be sitting there soon. I have an old recliner that we got off Trade Me, which is like our version of eBay or Craigslist. And like it's a little bit worse for wear. It looks old, but it's so comfy. And as I said, it's a recliner, so I can put my feet up, and it's become like my designated knitting chair. And my cat also loves it, and she likes to steal it. But anyway, next work in progress. In this bag, my whip basket is down here, which I just went through because there was some stuff sitting in there that is not an active whip. There was a bag in there that had an advent that I hadn't even cast on yet. There's not an active whip. I don't even know what I'm going to make with that, so out of the whip basket. Anyway, Happy Mermaid Yarn Co. I got this as a gift, and almost done the gusset decreases on this. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a mission to show, isn't it? Right, okay. We're going to show this as best we can. I believe I've only got a couple more stitches to decrease before I do the toe. No? Foot. Not the toe. The foot. This is, as I mentioned before, Farmer's Daughter Fibres. In these colours here. Oh, whoopsies. It's beautiful. Such a, oh, you can see it there. And that's the contrast. So these together, when I saw this, I was so happy because these are very much my colours. and get the details out. Here's the tag. This is Rocky Mountain Pearls, which is 80% superwash BFL and 20% nylon, high twist. I love the space. I'm showing you these tags. I don't even know if it's focusing. And you can probably tell by the red cable, these are Chalgu 2.25mm circular needles. This stitch marker is so cute, Progress Keeper. That was also sent to me as a gift. It's a little cat and a light bulb. I've started recently collecting everything cats and dogs because I grew up with having lots of pets before we moved from the UK. We had cats, dogs, chinchilla, fish, rabbits, guinea pigs. So I love animals, and as mentioned, I have a cat right now. I grew up with having dogs. The only time I've not had a dog is when I moved out, largely due to because myself and my husband are out working a lot, so we don't tend to be home very much. We tend to move a lot. This is probably the longest that we've been in a place since we got married. So, like, in the same house for several years, 3 years now. Or almost 3 years. And so, just because of that, we didn't really feel like it would be good to get a dog. And then also, some of the properties that we've been in before have not had good fencing or a garden for a dog. So we have a cat who I'm definitely home a lot more now with uni, but she is quite happy to just chill out during the day and then gives me cuddles in the evening. So she's quite happy to do that. But anyway, that's my tangent about everything dogs and cats. Work in progress. This is my big one. I've been using this as my 30 minutes of knitting. Just moved my carpet. In the Love and Stitches membership, we're doing a 30 for 30 challenge. We tend to do one every quarter or term. She calls them terms now because they're every 4 months. And so this is my 30 minutes of knitting, and I'm really happy that I've picked this as my 30 minutes of knitting, because before I started doing the 30 for 30, when I say I was stuck on Body Island, oh my god, it felt like I was never going to get this thing done. As much as I wanted, I wanted the sweater, but I did not want the miles and miles of stockinette. But we are off Body Island. So this is my Acorns and Antlers by Anna Johanna. Here's the front. I finished the body. I'm on the sleeve. And I'm so excited, which means, because I am almost definitely going to get this done before the end of the year, which is fantastic, because if all goes well, it's just my dad. He fully responded to my text, but forgot, or like didn't push the button, which I've done. Anyway, I'm recording on my phone, so any notifications come up and kind of distracting. Maybe I should put it on airplane mode when I record. But what was I saying? Yes, I want this done by the end of the year, because if all goes well, I'll be in the UK and it will be winter, and I will either be in the south of the UK, which means unless they have a cold snap like they did last year, it's not too bad. Like, it's chilly, but not like terrible. And then I will be going up to Scotland, which will be cold, and I will be there for a year. So I want this. I really want this. But I love the colour work. It's beautiful. I have recently found Anna Johanna's designs, and I've saved so many of them. She's recently come out with a brioche one, which I want so bad, but I already have so many things on the list, and basically I think I need to go through my Ravelry and just plan things again, because I added so many things to my queue and it's kind of ridiculous. But I'm using Licker interchangeable needles for this, and my smaller needle is a Knit Pro Symphony circular needle. This yarn is all Mama Wooling. You'll see a lot of Mama Wooling on this channel. Even when I go abroad next year, I will buy yarn and get it sent to Scotland because I love her yarn that much. I just might not be able to get as much because it will cost more. But the main colour that I'm currently knitting with is Wonderland, and the bluey tealy colour is Down the Rabbit Hole. So yeah, my first turtleneck that I've ever knitted, and I'm very happy to be off Body Island. I tried it on, it fits. Feels a little bit short at the moment, but it is super wash wool, so I am pretty sure it's going to grow, and if it doesn't, then I can always lengthen it. And I'm currently knitting the sleeve. So yeah, don't know what to say about that one. This bag is by Rosea by Lily. She's on Etsy, but last time I had a look, she was taking a break. Why have I got a knot in this? That would be why I'm having so many issues opening and closing this thing, because I managed to knot it somehow. There we go. Oh, I've got to show you where I was last time. Oh my gosh. I feel out of practice. This is going to be a bit of a mess. There my little teacup is down the bottom there. That's where I was last time I podcast. So I finished the stockinette, I did the ribbing, and I've started the sleeve. Is what I've done in 2 weeks. Which is, you know, considering that I've had uni and I've been sick, and, you know, I'm quite happy with that. You know? That's hours of knitting, so I am very happy about that one. New cast on. I think that's the last thing. I don't believe I have anything else to show. And then I have acquisitions, but... This is what I mean by collecting everything dog and cat themed. I picked this bag up from... Where was it? Te Manawa Fibre Fest earlier this year. This is by Little Black Hen. And this, I love brioche, but I have not been knitting brioche recently because I've had sock whips galore that needed finishing, and then I started my Acorns and Antlers and I wanted to get that done. And then I had test knits. I signed up for another test knit, but I waited for the yarn to come in, and so I've been busy. And I'm very happy to get back into brioche because I love it so much. This is a cowl. This is part of the, I think she called it the cowl along. It's hosted by Marina of Strawberry Patches, and I am knitting the Earth Tones cowl by Black Cat Knitting Company. Her name's Alana. She owns Lupine Wool Co, which is an LYS here in New Zealand, in Auckland, and I have just started, and I am very happy. I've just started this, but I love brioche, I do, and so I'm so happy. I cast this on today because I wanted to start it for, once this is done, this is going to become my bust knitting. So I wanted to start it in case by some miracle I get this done in the next couple of days. I'm using the new Mindful collection, well, new to me, Mindful collection, because they do interchangeable tips for 3.25mm needles, which I'm always running out of for some silly reason. I don't know why. And so I'm using these and I'm very happy. However, I will say I am normally a wood needle person, so these are metal, which I don't like as much as wood, but I do like these. And I'm happy to have an interchangeable 3.25mm so that I can switch things out as I need. And the yarns, both I haven't used before. This one made me so sad because I love it. It's squishy, it's soft, it's merino wool, it's non-superwash. It's easy for me to get because it's stocked by Lupine, but it's discontinued. It's like, no, why? Anyway, this is Brooklyn Tweed Perry in the colour Peony, and I wish I'd found this sooner. Because obviously with it being discontinued, Lupine can't restock, so once it's gone, it's gone. Makes me sad. It's fingering weight, 100% merino. Yeah. And then there was a New Zealand dyer who, like, she dyed naturally. Like, dyed the yarn naturally. And she had the most amazing merino wool, but I haven't seen it in ages. I'm so sad. So if anyone has any, like, really soft, like, non-scratchy, non-superwash wool that's like fingering or DK weight, please let me know, because I love it, but it's so hard to find. It's annoying. But yeah, it's Brooklyn Tweed Perry. And then I've never used this, everyone talks about it. Oh my gosh, what happened to this skein? This is, let me wind it up, Spin Cycle dyed in the wool in the colorway Nostalgia. So there's the tag. Oh, that glare. And so these together are going to make an Earth Tones cowl, and I'm cowl, and I'm very looking forward to that because I've not used either of these before. I've not used Spin Cycle or anything like this before. Obviously I've never used Brooklyn Tweed before until now, so I'm very happy and very excited, but also sad that this is discontinued. But such is life. There are worse things in the world, and I'm sure I'll find an alternative. One yarn brand I do want to try, and possibly if I get into the program and I go abroad, I will try it once I'm over there. I want to try John Arbin because I've heard theirs is really good, like their yarn. But yeah, that's my new cast on. It's brioche and it makes me so happy. So that's all the projects I have for this week. We have some acquisitions. I ordered a while ago. This is not the shop's fault. It's international shipping. It was a set of needles, yarn, and sock blocker, and then sock blocker. Like, sock blocker was separate, but I ordered it from the same shop. Off Etsy, and it arrived this week. So you've already seen this. I didn't read the description and didn't realize it's for only one, so I only have one. She does say it's only for one, but I was just silly, and so I don't know if I'll order another one or if I just deal with the fact I've only got one. I don't know. It's a wire sock blocker. It's sturdy, you know, for like, you know, and because it's wire, I found it really good, like trying to think of the word, like sliding the sock onto it doesn't get caught. So that's been, really good. Almost sent myself out with that. And then the yarn came in. looking brown. It's not brown, it's green. This lighting is terrible, but it's actually like a forest green. I don't know why it's showing brown, but it is not brown. It's green. No, if I bring it back here, it doesn't help. But I love it. It's a beautiful colour. So probably once I've finished the socks that are on my needles right now, if my Farmer's Daughter fibres, either it hasn't come in before then or it comes in and I want to do a pattern sock with it, then I might cast these on for some vanilla socks just because they're so pretty. And then the other sock locker. Now I don't actually know how these work. Sounds terrible. I don't know why I'm getting so confused. But it's one of these like adjustable ones. And it's really good quality. But see? There's something on the back. I only just saw that now, but yeah. I don't know if these holes, like there's holes in it, if you use those to like secure it or something, because every time I go to use it, like this like flops, like you can probably tell. And I know that's how you make it adjustable. Whenever I try to put the sock on, it's an absolute mission. So yeah, I feel a little bit dumb, but I don't know how to work these properly. But they're beautiful, don't get me wrong. Absolutely beautiful, and like you can tell they're quite thick, good quality, but I don't know how they work. Yeah, so I feel a little bit silly, but I will figure it out. I will figure it out somehow. But yeah, so that is the acquisitions. I ordered those a while ago, but as you can probably imagine, shipping from Ukraine to New Zealand takes a while. It was stuck in New Zealand customs for I don't know how long, just sitting in a container. Yeah, again, nothing to do with the shop. New Zealand customs. It was just, yeah, either or like Ukrainian. I can't remember what side it was on, but it was just sitting in a container for like 2 weeks. But such is the postal system. That's okay. But yeah, that's, I believe, everything I have to share this week. Nothing, no updates in the sense of my exchange application. I'm actually going to probably email them tomorrow, see if they have heard anything, because I'm waiting to book flights, and there was an issue with my letter, so they wouldn't accept it, and so they needed a new one. That was like 2-3 weeks ago, and I'm kind of running out of time. We are like mid to late August. I will be flying out late November, early December, so we're like months away. Semester starts beginning of January. I feel like any sort of university application always ends up in this sort of, where you're just waiting. But yeah, so nothing to say there. As I said at the beginning, I got sick. I am recovering. I am not completely over it yet. But I can talk again. So that's good. And I don't feel like I'm coughing up a lung. So, and I can breathe. So those 3 things are a win. Which means the antibiotics is doing what it's meant to do. Because there was no way this thing was going to go on its own, because it had been like 3 weeks and it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And by the time it got to Thursday, the day after I went to the doctor, I had very little energy left. I was extremely tired. Everything hurt from the coughing. I was up coughing, and like I couldn't breathe out of my nose. It horrid. I don't know what's going on. Stuff is going around. Flu's going around. It's, yeah. So there's just, but I should be back to uni tomorrow, and I should be back to work on Tuesday. So, yay! Happy about that. Kind of felt like I'm on house arrest. As much as I love being home, like, I couldn't really do anything. So, and it just felt like the days kind of all blurred into one, and by the time it got to Friday, I was so confused. But we are on the mend, and I managed to get most of my assignment done. I've got tomorrow to finish it off. I've been knitting. I have finished a test knit, so I'm feeling good. It's turning a corner. And the sun's out today. I think this is the first time I filmed a podcast in about 2 months that has not been grey, dark, and raining by 4 o'clock. It's 4:30, and it's as bright as like a couple weeks ago it would have been at like 3 o'clock. So that's also good. I don't feel like I'm sitting in the dark. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up so I don't start just rambling about random stuff, because that's not helpful. And I also don't want to lose my voice again. I can start to feel it getting a little bit raspy again, so I need to stop talking and possibly get a hot drink. And I'm going to go back to watching Mesa Skeen's podcast and knit on that sock that I seriously want to get done. I'll be so happy when I catch another toe, honestly. You just have projects that hang around for just a wee bit too long. So I'm going to finish that and get ready to kind of wind down for the week, get myself situated and ready for tomorrow. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you hopefully I don't get sick, hopefully next week. Until then, see you later.